Yeah.
Good.
So we're not going to interrupt once we start reading, right? Okay. Okay. Hi guys, it's Daddy, Cooper, and Elsa. We have a special guest, Elsa, in the background today, and we are doing this evening. We're doing our normal Cooper, Daddy, and Elsa book review. It's episode 16, and we're reading Stalion by Starlight by Mary Pope Osborne, and we are on chapter 3, Big Thinkers. This is number 49 of the Magic Treehouse book series, A Merlin Mission, and it's a New York Times best-selling author. Wonderful book so far. We're going to do our review at the very end. That seems like it'll be around episode 20 probably. There's about 7 more chapters. So we're going to keep going with these readings, and let me just answer Cooper's question real quick, see if Mer has any concerns, and then we're going to start reading. Go ahead, Cooper. I need to whisper for what? Oh yeah, but we don't need to say her real name because she's Elsa tonight, right? Boom. Okay.
Dad.
So, you want this open, Coop?
Whenever you talk, you should pause that video.
Yeah, but I can't pause it and then keep recording. I have to unfortunately, I have to record nonstop. It doesn't let you pause the recording. I wish it did, because we wouldn't have to edit it all, which I don't really have a good editing suite to edit. So, either way, we make do with what we got. Right? Do you need yours open too?
No.
No? Okay.
Not yet.
Alright guys, so what was your other suggestion, or what?
After cooking book for my blush.
After we're done reading? You know what, I just saw it. It's behind her. It's behind the horse. I just saw it when you said that. Booyah. So now after we're done reading, you can get it, right? Foot 5. Okay, ready guys? Big Thinkers, Chapter 3, Stalion by Starlight. That's right. Okay, we're going to work on not interrupting, right? Haha, Jack laughed, as if Annie were crazy. Don't pay attention to her. We're leaving now, he said. Who are you to defy our teacher? A boy shouted. How dare a girl insult him, another yelled. He shook his fist at Annie. She wasn't insulting anyone, Jack said, stepping in. But don't worry, we are going, we promise. He took Annie's arm and started to pull her along. Stay, commanded the teacher. Jack and Annie froze in their steps. Tell me more, the man said. It is rare that I am surprised, and you have surprised me. What do you mean the Earth is not the center of our universe? Well, said Annie, the Earth is a planet, and all planets in our solar system travel around the sun. The teacher smiled. Is that what you believe? He said. It's not what I believe, said Annie. It's what I know, she said. A trip around the sun takes a year, she continued. The students laughed. You are speaking nonsense, one said, and wasting our precious time with Aristotle. Aristotle, thought Jack. He knew that name. His mind raced, trying to remember who Aristotle was. I'm just telling you the facts, said Annie. While the Earth is circling the sun, it rotates. Rotate means to spin around. One rotation of the Earth takes 1 day. So the Earth spins around one time during a day. That's why it becomes night and day, because it faces the sun for half of the day and then faces the moon for the other half. That's why the sun comes up and the sun goes down, right? A novel idea, he said softly. Then he turned to the boys. Our class is over for the day. I would like to speak to these visitors alone. Go ahead, Coop.
Can we play school when we're reading? So, like, when we put up our hand, that's our turn to, like, you're the teacher, you're the kids, we have to learn
Okay,
stuff.
but you know what, though? And I appreciate that, and we do learn while we read, like the rotating of the Earth and around the sun, the universe, everything revolves around the sun. But we have other audience members we have to respect, right? These guys out here are going to be watching and listening to our story. I don't think they want to hear any more. They don't want to have any more pauses. Okay, if it's important, then we can talk about it. Okay, but let's try to read the whole chapter at least without getting into any interruptions, right?
I would like to hand this your talk.
What, man?
If you raise your hand, you can pause the video and then take.
I I wish I could pause it. That's a great suggestion.
I push that button.
That button will stop it, and then it'll make a new one. When you push it again, it'll start a new one. So we'd have to have what's called an editing suite to put them together, which we don't have right now. I wish we did. But that's a good idea, Mer. I give you credit. So let's eat one at a time. Let's try to read through the whole chapter, okay? If you have questions about anything, or if there's something important that we could learn, we'll stop and talk about it, okay? So, how many times does the Earth rotate in one day?
1 time.
One full time, right? One full rotation takes a day. And it goes, what is it revolving around?
The sun.
Which is at the center of what?
The moon.
Our galaxy. Our galaxy, which is like our neighborhood in space. Our galaxy, which is like our neighborhood in space, has the sun at the center. And the Earth revolves around the sun, and so do all the other planets. They're all spinning around the sun. And they all turn while they're spinning. And that's why we have one night and one day during one day. We have one night and one sun. One light and one dark. That's one rotation. Right? Okay, so.
Hey, Dad.
What are you saying, Mer? What do you say?
Hey, Dad.
What do you say? Yaku.
I wish that was
Thank you.
that was always day and it was always lazy day.
It was always lazy. You wish it was always daytime and it was always lazy days?
Yeah.
Why? So you could just like do whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's actually
I want to buy.
ride your bikes all day? That'd be cool, wouldn't it? You know what? That's what summers are for, though. You get to do whatever you want.
We could if it didn't rain.
Yeah, we could have today. But tomorrow morning, we'll be out there riding our bikes like usual, right?
I'm trying to push them up.
Trying to push them up the hill? Yes, you're right.
You're bigger so you can ride out.
Well, I usually don't, though, because you have rules, right? That you set for the hill, and they're that I have to push my bike up the hill, too, right? And I follow your rules, don't I? Because you have to follow my rules, so when you make rules, I usually follow them, don't I? Yeah, that's only fair, I think.
That is fair.
It is fair, right. So we try to be fair.
I know how to do wheelies, but only on the one when I'm going fast.
Wheelies? I want to see one. You haven't shown me a wheelie.
It needs to be I'll show you a wheelie.
Wow, your teeth are really coming in, Mer. Your teeth are really coming in, baby. Yeah, I like them. You don't even have to do that. I can see them without you doing that. Yeah.
Look at my finger.
Yeah.
Dad?
But you know what I'm telling you? They're growing, because I can see them even when you don't do that. You can start seeing them. That's why you have to be very cautious and brush your teeth every day when you're at your dad's, okay? You have to brush every day in the morning and night.
Excuse me.
Okay? After you eat, you brush your teeth. That way you can keep those teeth forever. That's what I make Cooper do. Don't I, Coop? I make Cooper brush his teeth every day and night.
Grown up teeth?
Not yet, but when he gets grown up teeth, he'll have already taken care of his baby teeth.
Will it hurt at first?
No.
When he pulls them out?
Oh, he won't pull them out. He's not going to lose his teeth for a long time, because he's got his baby teeth, but they're really healthy, right, Coop? He's never had a cavity, never. All right, guys, ready? Back to the story. Sorry about that, guys. We got sidetracked. What a novel idea, he said softly, and then he turned to the boys. Our class is over for the day. I would like to speak to these two visitors alone. The boys grumbled, but they took and tucked their tablets under their arms and headed out into the bright square. Aristotle stared at Jack and Annie. Who are you, and where are you from? He asked. I'm Annie. This is Jack, my brother, and, we're from Frog Creek. Frog Creek, said Aristotle. It's west of Greece, said Jack. And who are you? Asked Annie. My name is Aristotle, and I come from Athens, Greece, to teach philosophy and science from Macedonia. Jack gasped. Now he remembered. Aristotle was a great philosopher and scientist in ancient Greece. On the past mission, they had delivered writings from the ruler of Baghdad. We've heard of you, said Annie. We're big thinkers, too, and you're a big thinker. We saved your writings once, but a camel ate them, she laughed. It wasn't funny at the time, but... Annie, said Jack. He shook his head. It would have been impossible to explain their trip to Baghdad. It would have took millions and millions of hours. How would they explain this to Aristotle? That trip had happened more than 1,000 years after this time in history. My sister has been using her big imagination again, he said. So it would seem, said Aristotle. Her ideas about the universe are completely wrong. Of course, but I'm astonished that she had a theory. Why, said Annie. I didn't think girls could have the ability to think in such a manner, or about such things, said Aristotle. Annie looked at Jack. He's kidding, right? She said. Jack laughed nervously. Well, no, he said. That's what people thought a long time ago. Scowling, Annie started to say something, but Aristotle smiled at her. You must be a very special kind of girl. Come, let us walk and talk, and you can show me what big thinkers you both are, he said. Jack and Annie fell into step with the philosopher as he started across the square. Besides contemplating the universe, what else do you guys think about? Aristotle asked Annie. I think about a lot of animals, he said. Wonderful. Animals always reveal something natural and beautiful, said Aristotle. So, you study them? I do study them, said Annie. But more than that, I'm in love with them. I think that's really the way that I learn. Ah, very good, said Aristotle. You truly educate your mind. You must also educate your heart in order to do so. And where does your heart lead you, Jack? Do you prefer a life of sports or military training, he said. Jack shook his head. I'm not super great at sports, he said, or military training, but I am good at doing research. I take notes on everything. Jack found it surprisingly easy to talk with the philosopher. I love learning about the rainforest and the deep sea and the moon, he said. I love just about everything, really. Me too, said Annie. Indeed, said Aristotle, but both of you are remarkable. Jack shrugged. Not really, he said, but I guess we're kind of, some people that know ourselves, he said. So it would seem, Aristotle said. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom, he continued. The more Jack and I learned about the world, the more we learned about ourselves, said Annie. We are always trying new stuff. Yeah, even if we make fools of ourselves sometimes, said Jack. Especially me, he said. Aristotle chuckled. Ha ha ha. I think we should all dare to make fools of ourselves again and again, he said. Anyone who fears looking like a fool must say nothing, do nothing, and be nothing. So it would seem, said Annie. May I ask, why do you come from Macedonia? Said Aristotle. Does your visit have a purpose? It does, said Jack, with a laugh. He was enjoying talking to Aristotle so much that he had forgotten their mission. Actually, we're looking for Alexander the Great. Do you know him? asked Annie. I know a prince named Alexander, the son of King Philip, said Aristotle. That's him, said Annie. But I wouldn't say he's that great yet, said Aristotle. He's only 12 years old. Hey, Mer. Babe, think about the people that are watching this, okay, babe? Wait, Mer. Go ahead, babe.
How about we learn some more about my horses?
But you know what? The horses are coming. We're almost there.
After that, could we learn about some of
Yes,
the horses?
we can. In a little while, okay? Hey.
Now you say no more nine houses.
Mer, let's do this, okay? Let's do this. You can help me. Mer, don't, babe. Come on.
I do it once.
Sure. Why don't you tell these guys where you got that balloon? You do it. They've been watching you the whole time. Oh, okay. She doesn't want to use her voice because she's Elsa. So, okay. Oh. So she got. Oh, this is your brother sleeping too. Nice. Okay, that's it, right? You're gonna do it once, right? Nice, man. Hey, be nice, man. Be nice to the horse. I know, but be nice to the horse. Okay? You love your horse. Be nice to it, okay?
She's a horse.
Okay. So let's finish reading, babe. I love that. You're so good at the dance. You know the moves and everything. Indeed, said Aristotle. You are okay. Wait. Okay. So, sorry guys, we're off track again.
Do you know him? Asked Annie. I know a prince named Alexander, the son of King Philip, said Aristotle. That's him, said Annie. But, I must say, I wouldn't call him great yet, said Aristotle. He is only 12 years old.